Hey, boss, he ain't working.
As I've stated before, there is an attack on Christianity. I think we're going to have to strengthen our security in our churches and also make a stand because this attack is getting broader and people don't care. If we don't show that we care, what makes us think that they're going to care? We thought that it was just something fabricated that the Trump administration just brung up in Nigeria. But I think it's deeper. I think that what happened in Minneapolis yesterday is just a test run. Because at the end of the day, they wouldn't do this in a Muslim community. They wouldn't do this to other religions. But to blatantly go into a church service and disrupt order, talking about freedom of speech, is very disrespectful and very distasteful. And all of these people need to be charged. It's one thing to have freedom of speech and be protesting outside. It's another thing to actually bombard yourselves into a church doing services and causing disruption in their services. Let's review a few clips from Don Lemon's live where he joins a mob of protesters bombarding a church facility. Let's review.
3, 2, Hey everybody, welcome to the program. We just got into Minneapolis a little bit ago and did some reconnaissance on the ground, speaking to an organization there that's gearing up for resistance and protest. I've been pleasantly surprised to see the community coming together. Diverse community. If you see this, when we first pulled up, we're like, wait a minute, which operation are we at? And as it turns out, because we were like, well, this is kind of MAGA coded, right? So the American flag or whatever, but these are resistance protesters. They're planning an operation that we're going to follow them on. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but it's called Operation Pull Up. And it's Takima Armstrong, and she has been doing this since George Floyd, Dante Wright, and others, where they surprise people, catch them off guard, and hold them to account. And so that's what we're doing here. And then after we do this operation, you'll see it live. And these operations are surprise operations. Again, can't tell you where they're going and where we're gathered right now. However,
so this lady is organizing a group of people that's going to storm into a church and she's done this before with the George Floyd movement and things of that nature. Granted. So you're going into a church specifically because the rumor is that is an ICE agent that actually is a pastor of the church. So you're going to attack a house of worship based upon a allegation, and even if it is true, what does the church have to do with ICE? Those are two separate things. People have jobs, so people supposed to have jobs, but apparently these protesters don't have jobs. But as I stated, this man even if that's the case, this man has a job. He has a living working wage. So if that's his day job and he's a preacher, that has no correlation. A man that don't work don't eat, right? So it's crazy how these people are coming together just to cause disruption and agitate. I think, like I said, I think this is an attack on Christianity, but we'll keep it going. Let's go.
And then we're going to head over to Whipple, and we're just focused on driving. Somebody else is driving. Yeah. Well, we're in a bit of a traffic jam right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
We got stuck in
I
something.
wanted to know
there.
what time
I live in Northern Ontario. It's cold and snowy, says Dual Mags 007. Wesley Snipes movie. I'm grabbing my Meta.
I'm putting TikTok link in now.
You have one mission, and that was not to get us stuck. We didn't get stuck.
Guys, there's great content.
You hear that? This is great content. Going into a church during worship is great content. The blatant disrespect, monetizing off church, monetizing off of Christianity, attack on Christianity. Because it's not, at this point, it's not about the man working for ICE, allegedly. It's about disruption. It's about chaos. This is crazy. Let's keep it going.
Would you like to see us stuck in the snow? Okay. All right. Okay. So the protesters are complaining. Church members and leaders, they have stopped the service. A lot of people, a number of people have left. There are some who are still sitting here.
Are you okay with the injustice that's happening within your city? We pray for justice. Are you okay? No, sir.
And I gotta respect the people that go to their churches that's trying to keep the decorum, trying to keep peace. But this is blatantly disrespect to God, to Christians across this nation. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is so disheartening that you can't even, my pastor like to say, everyone is welcome to our church, right? The doors are open. We want the lost in, right? But this is disheartening. This make you not even want to help the lost. Because of the blatant disrespect. Like I said, they wouldn't do this if it was a Muslim gathering. They wouldn't dare. Because they know they'll probably get their head knocked off. This is sickening. I don't even know if I'm gonna actually make it through this whole thing, but we're gonna keep it going.
I'm just here. I'm just here photographing.
Are you okay with
I'm not part of the group. I'm just here photographing. I'm a journalist.
This is not journalism, Don Lemon. This is not journalism. This is not the same as being as doing what Nick Shirley is doing. This is not the same. You trying to go to ground zero. You trying to finesse and monetize off of church, off of Christianity. This is just blasphemous. This is not journalism. It's ridiculous.
This ain't God's house, it's the house of the devil.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get right here? Thank you. I'm sorry. So you can see the protesters here have gathered over here. They're in the middle of the church. So in the beginning of the church service, the pastor was speaking.
You'll see David Easterwood.
Okay. Who is the person that we should talk to? Is there a pastor or something?
They might have run away.
All right, we'll see if we can find him. I'm gonna Let's talk to the pastor. Let's see if I can talk to him. Let's go over here. Hi, how are you? Hi. Let's see if we can talk to the pastor. To the church.
Our church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday, and we were interrupted by this group of protesters. Yeah. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left. So,
what do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
but there were folks who will.
I have to take care of my flock.
Okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful.
You just making it a spectacle. And then you can see right here what he about to say. Hold on. What he about to say. Please don't touch me. Hold on. You in his space. You're in his space, in his church. When they're trying to conduct service, you're in their space. You all in the man grill with your little mic. Please don't touch me. He backing you up out of his space. You want respect, but you're not even giving respect. This the hypocrisy in all of this. You could have came after after the service was over. But you wanted to be there with them and cause disruption. You want your Nick Shirley moment. Like, this is ridiculous, man.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Amen.
Okay? That's why we're here. That's what we're about.
Do you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
no
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to
unless you're here to
chronicle
worship. Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
All right.
Yeah, we're here to worship. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So that's one of the pastors of the church. And it's kind of loud, so I can't hear him. But they're still there. And then, pardon me, sir. Sorry.
This is blatant chaos, man. Disrespect to the utmost. And like I said earlier, you know, they wanted to brush what was happening in Nigeria under the rug. They want to attack Nicki Minaj. They want to attack anyone that stands for Christianity, that stands for the Lord, our God. And they wouldn't dare do this to any other religion. Do I condone some of the things that Nicki Minaj has said? No, but I think she was spot on with this tweet. Let me pull it up for you. Let's pull it up. And so this is what Nicki Minaj had to state. Done cock-sucking lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do this to any other religion. Lock him up. And I believe she's stating facts. I don't know if we can actually get him locked up, but we shouldn't even be at a point of respecting this at any level at all. I think that this is disruptive. I think this is distasteful. You can see that these people just want to mock God. It ain't about ICE anymore. You want to mock God. And I think the agenda is to go against Christianity. I think this is an attack on Christianity. And it mind boggles me. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it like this. No matter if you're a black, white, Hispanic, whatever, and you're a Christian, whatever the case may be, and This should be disheartening, and we should be in an uproar about this. This whole ensemble that we just seen unfold. Let's take ICE out of it. Let's take the Trump administration out of it. Let's take the protesting out of it. What we see here is plain disrespect for Christianity, and they wouldn't do this to no other religion. It's mighty funny that we'll be all in an uproar for Drewski doing a skit on church, but we're not in uproar about this. We're upset about a skit. We are upset about a skit that's taking place. We get upset, right? We get upset. We get pissed off about the silliest things. But we're not upset about disrespect for the God that we serve, right? I think collectively we got to start coming together and putting things in place to protect Christianity. Because and I say this, and I give it like this. They wouldn't have did this at some other churches. Some churches, they wouldn't even been able to pull this off. They only trying people that they can try, that they know it's not going to be any retaliation. And I'm not saying retaliation for as picking up weapons or things of that nature or hitting people. I'm just saying our parameters that you wouldn't even dare walk yourself into a service and conduct yourself in this manner. You wouldn't dare. This is shameful, distasteful, and this is not protesting or a freedom of speech. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This your boy Mercy. I'm out.